to dig in a little bit deeper with Stephen Stransky, who served as senior counsel to the Department of Homeland Security's Intelligence Law Division during the Obama administration. Steve, thanks so much for being here. This was sensitive information, as Tom just pointed out, but the Pentagon says it wasn't classified information included in these emails. Do you have any idea what kind of information was included in these emails and how it could be used by America's enemies?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. As background, when the U.S. government transmits email communications to third parties, they generally do it through three separate types of networks. You have a network only to transmit top secret types of information. That's going to be your intelligence sources and methods. You have another network that only transmits information that's classified as confidential or secret. And then you have a third network that's used to transmit documents that are considered unclassified or sensitive but unclassified or controlled unclassified information. And what we see here in this story is that the email communications that were sent were on that unclassified network. So they're not going to be the state secrets or the most highly classified information unless there's a classification error that took place and an individual is sending classified information on an unclassified network, which unfortunately occur.
Yeah, so we're not sending nuke codes on this third server, if you will. The other question I had for you, when I saw this headline come across, when you hear that the emails were accidentally sent to the suffix, the .ml, which is the country domain for Mali, instead of the U.S. military suffix .mil, is that an understandable mistake to you or no?
Well, mistakes happen. Unfortunately, in the private sector and in government, we see that all the time, in which individuals every single day are sending emails to the wrong recipients or including the wrong attachments, which may include sensitive information. So it's understandable that human error does occur. I think the difficulty in this situation is the fact that this error has been occurring for almost a decade, and there hasn't been technical security controls put in place to prevent this from happening. For example, DoD could have blocked individuals from using their personal email accounts whatsoever, which appears to be where some of the emails were transmitted from. You could, as the DoD spokesman just said, you could block or put hurdles in place prior to any email being sent to a .ml email address. And of course, emails that are sent to a .ml email address could be randomly subject to an audit on a quarterly or biannual basis to identify whether those were actually the intended recipients. So even though human error does occur, there's a substantial amount of technical security controls that DoD could have implemented to prevent this from occurring.
Yeah, because this could have had, had it been classified information, the ramifications of that, you don't even want to begin to think about. The manager of Mali's email domain system says that he has seen U.S. military emails that were misdirected as early as a decade ago. How does this go unnoticed for that long? And how is the Pentagon even able to keep track of what was sent at this point?
So that's a significant concern in terms of document retention and being able to identify all the emails that were sent. Because one of the first steps that DoD should be doing right now is going through all those emails that were compromised or sent to an unauthorized third party and seeking to identify whether or not that information actually is sensitive. So we mentioned that it's not classified, but the information certainly could still be sensitive, including sensitive, personally identifiable information on military personnel, because we know that foreign adversaries, going back almost 2 decades now, have been targeting and looking to build dossiers, essentially, on U.S. military personnel who have access to classified information for their own intelligence purposes, whether it's in order to attract individuals who could be subject to bribery schemes or extortion schemes in order to get access to other classified information. We know that foreign adversaries are using this type of personally identifiable information that's been compromised for their own intelligence purposes.
Well, astounding what one letter off, what a difference that can make for an entire country. Steve Stransky, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.